The Bugatti Veyron is unlike any other production car in the world. And yes, it is a production car. Bugatti hopes to produce 300 of these cars, with 5 heading here to Australia. As a production car, it'll go from 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in 2.5 seconds and has a top speed of 407 kilometres an hour. To achieve this in the safest way, a rear spoiler deploys, and it has a sport suspension mode that, put simply, lowers the car and stiffens the ride. An all-wheel drive with a 7-speed DSG or direct shift gearbox that can be used in sequential mode, the Veyron produces 736 kilowatts or 1001 horsepower that's unleashed through its W16 8-litre engine. To help produce this enormous power, it uses 4 turbochargers that force per minute 45,000 litres of air into the engine. And flat out, in 12 minutes, it'll empty the 100-litre fuel tank. Carbon ceramic brakes are used behind the massive front and rear wheels. That'll pull up the Veyron from 100 to 0 in only 31.4 metres. Now, the technology that's gone into making the Bugatti Veyron a performance car is also clever enough to make it behave like a $2.7 million daily driver. Something we'll discover a little later when motoring journalist Peter Mckay takes to the wheel of the Veyron for a few hot laps at Sandown Park.
Boy, does it go. It felt like I was on a motorcycle and the front wheels were lifting off the ground. It was just so quick. I'm still shaking my head.
This is the Bugatti Veyron, the quickest and at $2.7 million, the most expensive production car in the world. Powered by a 736 kilowatt W16 8-litre engine with 4 turbochargers, it'll go from 0 to 100 k's in 2.5 seconds and tops out at over 400 kilometres an hour. Before taking to the wheel, Peter Mckay took to the passenger seat for a couple of laps around Melbourne's Sandown Park Raceway with former Formula 1 driver Pierre-Henri Raphael.
And you're going to see when I will put power, it will be massive power. I'm trying to see what's happening here. So if I'm here, for example, and I try to go, ready? That's the power you get.
What speed did you get then?
I don't know, 160, 70 miles or...
That's around 270 kilometres an hour.
You are on the motorway, suddenly you have to brake. See what's happening.
It's really good, isn't it?
Notice under brakes how a rear wing deploys to make the braking more efficient. Now, the Veyron is a technical masterpiece of motoring engineering. And when Pete took the wheel, he soon discovered, as silly as it sounds, that it also made a very good daily driver.
So far, it's just, if you can accept the fact that it's a $2.7 million car, it starts and drives like any other. I've got it in the automatic mode, accelerated easily out, there's no jerking or anything, it's very smooth. The suspension's quite firm because it, after all, is a sporting machine capable of 407 kilometres an hour. I'll say that slowly. I could be driving down to the shops for a pint of milk. Okay, we're going to get a bit serious. I've just flicked the lever over to the sports performance mode. And I'm going to use the paddle shifts on the steering wheel. I'm in second gear at the moment. I'll kick it back to first and I'm going to floor it. Hold on. That is seriously impressive. I've driven V8 supercars, I've driven some fantastic European sports cars, but I've never experienced that accelerative surge that I just got then. 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in 2.5, 2.6 seconds, I believe. Incredible. I don't know what speed we were doing then, probably about 200. So we're only exploring half of this car's potential, but you can certainly see that there's very few machines outside of those that get into the air that would even get close. Just an astonishing motor car with so much power and performance, but it's more than that. It's a car that you can live with day to day, and all you need is 2.7 million Australian dollars.